Hi everyone, this is Laurel with Guided by Love, and I'm here for you every day. And I want to say happy Thanksgiving. And I was guided to the gratitude oracle for Thanksgiving, so that's pretty cool. Or whenever you see this, it may be a message to you at the time you see this. But the card that came out was relationships, and I find this so amazing. And it's a number 16, which is seven. So manifesting, we manifest relationships into our lives, but this is so interesting because, you want along this journey, you have relationships that come in to teach you, to teach you lessons and help you learn on this, in this earth school. Um, but the relationships are meant to be, honest and supportive, um, you know, of your needs. And, the first and foremost relationship is with yourself and spirit, God, the higher power. But then, we can create harmonious relationships and heal relationships. And I'm looking at my notes because I channeled, as I, when I saw this card. So we can create harmonious relationships and heal relationships as we grow and learn, and as we heal from the inside, with that relationship with ourselves. Um, we'll have varying relationships throughout our journey here. We'll have casual acquaintances, we'll have family, we'll have deep relationships, we'll have romantic lovers. Um, and communication is essential to having that relationship. And communication is both listening and speaking. Um, and it's also about boundaries, about knowing our limits and setting our limits. Um, and, it's noticing what we can learn about ourselves in a relationship. And, they're there to teach us and help us to move forward, which is so cool. And, a relationship can be there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. There could be somebody that you meet on the street that gives you a message from spirit. And it's just a simple, casual interaction. Um, but yet it was a mind blowing revelation. Oh my gosh, I just had a piece of hair come fall down. Somebody's here. Wow. Oh my God, I got angel bumps. Somebody's here with me. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is so cool. It just dropped down out of nowhere. Somebody's here. Wow. Ooh. Um, so some of you may be in a twin flame relationship where these are incredible, incredibly up and down relationships, but they teach you so much about acceptance, patience, compassion, peace, courage, strength, passion, creativity, emotional independence and freedom, um, independence within yourself and spiritual depth, wholeness within. And, that's just to name a few things that they teach. But, relationships are a key. And the number one is with ourselves. And we have that right. We can create harmonious relationships and heal relationships outside of ourselves. So, in this card, it says that this is two brothers here, and and you could be, two twin flames as well. And they're looking at they're looking at a book of, I see it as a book of wisdom, and they're, each looking at the wisdom, the castle of wisdom, that's brought to them through this relationship. And you see the one has their heart like ignited, and, is just looking deep within this. And the other one is surrounded by blue truth and growth. So you see how the relationship, of one person affects the other. I hope this helps. I wish you So much love. Oh, there's one more thing they're telling me to say. There's a book. They're just guiding me to say this, and I have it. There's a book called Little Soul in the Sun. It's a spiritual book, and it's about how this little soul is, ends up going back and thanking all the people that, um, you know, plan to come down here and play the role that they played for him in this little earth school. And it's just a really neat book about, it's talking about relationships from a higher perspective, a spiritual perspective, on how, they're all planned out before we get here. And to always, to say to yourself, remember, this person, out of love came down here for me to play this role in my life. So I just love that. And it's a really cool book. If you, I don't know, it's by Neil Walsh, I think, or by Neil Walsh. Um, if you get a chance to look at it, take a look. So I love you all. Happy Thanksgiving and namaste.